Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rick House Reviews. As always, it is Ryan.
And I am Doug.
And we're back with an interesting bottle today, which is a Buffalo Trace product a lot of people probably pass over because it's on the bottom shelf. And that is Benchmark. This one being the top floor.
Yep.
43%, 86 proof, and should be interesting. This is also on the cheaper end of the Benchmark products.
Yep.
I think MSRP is like $12 on this bottle. So we want to see how it will hold up to some of the other stuff we've reviewed this year. But before we get into it, as always, if you guys want to help us out, you can engage the algorithm. Like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, hit that notification bell. All of the above helps us out tremendously.
Thanks again. As always, our scores go. Aroma is 20 points. Or 25 points.
Yep.
There it is. Flavor is
30.
30 points. Then we have our finish at 25. Buy again and recommend at 10 apiece.
This should be interesting.
I've always enjoyed Benchmark,
I think it's a...
especially when it comes in a plastic bottle. But this one, it is glass. So,
I think only the
cheers.
8. I think only the 8 come. I think only the standard 8 comes in glass now.
right.
Or comes in plastic now. It is an interesting product because I don't even know how they make this necessarily at Buffalo Trace.
Because, I mean, the story on the side said that one of the guys was from Virginia originally. Back in the 1770s.
Yes, because this is the McAfee Brothers
There we go.
benchmark is the whole label of it. Yeah. I wonder if this is just I don't want to say waste product, but I want to say like off-profile barrels and things they don't use for other products.
Could be.
It's kind of like the second one. It has this weird... It has a very weird smell on it.
They're caramel, though.
Yeah, it's like...
Some burnt brown sugar.
It's like
normal.
caramel ice cream, but it's like the fake caramel.
Uh-oh.
It's like the artificially flavored caramel.
There we go.
Yeah.
Not a horrible smell for me, man.
No.
But overall,
It's
there's been
enjoyable.
a few others that, like, holy cow, you can't find
It's enjoyable.
that set
It's not...
anywhere else.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Mhm.
It's not bad. But it definitely smells like... I hate to say it, flat. Like it has that one note and that's it.
Yeah. But it's a good note.
It's a good note.
Great flavor. But it's single profiled. And no back end burn, which is kind of nice.
No back end burn, but I'm definitely getting like that barrel char tannin sourness as the finish. Yeah, it's
Again-
shockingly smooth.
I could see this being an easy, old fashioned. Actually,
Yeah, this would
use it
actually
to
be really
mix
good. That
with
is actually
some
really good.
orange bitters.
Yeah, this would actually be
appeal.
really, really good.
I'm very surprised by this, especially for the price point.
Yeah. I would... Wow. I'm going to have a hard time scoring this, guys.
I mean, I know my buy again and recommend for sure. I just
Yeah. I don't like that finish at all.
that finish is just quick. There's no aftershock. No
Mm-hmm.
lingering like means for me wanting to bring it back and do it again. However,
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing for, if
No,
you're
I don't
trying
think
to
so.
mix it with something. I
don't
think this
so
guy's
at
going to
all.
be more of a mixer one. But
Yeah.
as a standalone, that's the points we're going with. So standalone.
Yeah. Yep. I know what my scores are.
Well, ready.
Actually, I'm going to be a little
And
bit
this is bench top.
benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
Top floor once again, guys. I'm going to take one more sip and double check everything.
Go for it. I'll follow through.
Yep. I'm definitely okay with that. Let us start at the start of the bottle of bourbon, the aroma.
Out of 25, I only gave it a 12.
Okay, I was very close. I gave it a 13.
Right.
I thought it was a really, really good note. It just has a little bit too much sour, a little bit too much burnt sugar on it to be pleasant to smell like some of the other more allocated higher proof stuff we've been doing recently.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, though.
No, not at all.
I think it was good. I would smell it again.
Mm-hmm. As far as flavor, out of 30, I gave it a 16.
I gave it a 15.
Okay. I see what, you know.
I
there in the
definitely have tasted bourbons that are worse,
Of course.
and I've tasted a lot of bourbons that are better.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it smack down in the middle because it does have some oak and vanilla. It's just
Yep.
very flat in one note with the barrel tannin.
True.
There's not really anything behind it or a second flavor. The fore palate and the back half of the sip are the same thing, and it's very flat.
Yep. I concur. As far as the finish, out of 25, I gave it a 10.
I hit it a little bit harder. I gave it an 8.
8, okay. Again, it's very
still on my tongue. It's
quick. And sometimes, yeah, maybe a little linger, but like,
Mhm.
again, I feel like this is going to pair great as any mixer.
No, it's crazy. There's like a little vanilla right at the end, and then it's like burnt, and then it's got like the barrel char
Mm-hmm.
roughness that kind of makes you go sometimes when you finish a sip of bourbon.
Right.
And that is all I get on it. And it lingered for me, and I'm like, I don't like that.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely think if you put this in something like a Coke or a cocktail that like
Yeah.
with other
Choose
things,
your soda,
it would
choose
make it
your
go away.
extra flavors.
I'm trying to think of the equal parts cocktail now. That's like bourbon and Campari
Oh, okay.
and something
That would
else.
work.
It's the variation of the paper plane. I never remember what it's called.
Yep. He'll end up putting it.
I'll put an editor's note
Down
down
below.
below. It would possibly fit in really, really well with that because the whole theme of it is it's an aperitif
Mm-hmm.
cocktail and it's supposed to have that bitter finish on
Yep.
it. Might be really good in that, especially at the price point, which is like $12.99 MSRP.
Can't go wrong there. And that brings us to the buy and recommend section.
Did you and
10 points. I gave it a 7 for both. Buy and recommend.
I gave it a 7 for both as well. Yeah.
I would recommend this for the price point. You can't go wrong. I would maybe buy 2 bottles, have one in reserve ready to go just in case I need to take this to a bourbon event. Even though it's, a simpler bourbon, everybody has their palate. Somebody would absolutely enjoy this at a bourbon fiasco fest.
Whatever. Yeah. The crazier thing is the more we do this, the more I hone in what a 1 and what a 10 is for me.
Mm-hmm.
And to me now, looking at this, a 7 seems pretty high,
Right.
especially on buy again. But
Mhm.
I will have this bottle. We'll bring it out on bourbon nights.
Yep.
We'll compare it to other things or other floor 6 bourbons or floor 7 bourbons
Mm-hmm.
and maybe make cocktails with it. And I
Throw a
would
few cherries on top.
yeah, and I would want to keep a bottle of it in my Buffalo Trace section with my other Buffalo Trace products and always have that bottle there. And to me, that's a 7. And I would recommend people, especially newer people who are in their first year, to maybe pick up a bottle and try it because
So easily.
it is like a faster aged bourbon because Top Floor's bourbon, how do they word it? Bourbon from the top floor of warehouses tends to age faster because of how heat rises.
There you go.
Thank you, Buffalo Trace.
Give
Yeah,
us
it
the
has-
story right on the bottle.
A 7, yeah, I would. If you like Buffalo Trace, I'd recommend picking this
Mhm.
up. It's a little bit. It's not as proofy as Buffalo Trace. It's not as pure vanilla like a bottle of Buffalo Trace is. But like to have it next to a bottle of Buffalo Trace and like a Weller Special Reserve to compare to,
Right.
I think it's an interesting thing to always keep on your shelf if you're a Buffalo Trace product fan.
True.
And that's a 7 to me on recommend.
That's a good choice.
I'm finishing it.
Excellent. Well, he finishes it. Again, this is Rickhouse Reviews. We'd like you to continue to engage that algorithm, subscribe, like us, leave us some comments, and of course, come back the next time we drop a new video. As far as this time goes, I am Doug.
I am Ryan.
And we will see you next time.
Peace out, guys.